All right. Good morning, everybody. Luis Morales here, health fitness specialist with Exos at Autodesk. 7:30 a.m. on a Monday morning. That means it's time for movement prep and then cardio crush. What we're going to get into, guys, some movement prep, some warm up, and then we'll get into cardio crush for about 20 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and start the timer for movement prep. We'll go ahead and get things moving on this Monday morning. So guys, the plan for this morning, what we're going to do is start out in the standing position. Get 10 minutes on the clock there. So what we're going to start with here today, you guys, is we're going to start out with that slow marching pattern. But unlike days in the past, what we're going to do is start with today with the hands on the hips. So go ahead and find your space, hands on the hips here. And what we're going to try and do is maintain a nice kind of tall posture, keeping those hips kind of like a bowl of water, nice and even, nice and tall as we keep alternating, bringing those legs up. What we want to do is pull those knees up to about hip level, kind of have the heel under that upper leg a little bit. Want to use the core to keep the pelvis nice and stable. Keep any pelvis movement separate from hip movement. Nice tall posture here, you guys. Locking out those legs, using those glutes. Both sides. I'm going to do one more each side here. Here we go, lock in that glute. Other side, same deal, lock in that glute. Good job, you guys. All right, shake it out. Next thing up, we're going to come to the bottom of our space here where we can start the dynamic runner stretch. So from the bottom of the space here, what we're going to start with is trying to touch those toes. So let's push the hips back as far as we can. Let our whole bodies, including the head, hang down towards the ground here. Take a breath. I know it's the morning, so this might be feeling way tighter than usual. That's okay. Let's bend the knees a little bit so we can get our hands nice and solid on the ground. Let's walk those hands out until we're in a nice plank position. We're warming up the core here this morning. All right, let's do a big lunge with that left foot, placing that left foot outside of that left hand. Now trying to keep our back leg straight. What we're going to do is let that left hand leave the ground. Twist up towards the ceiling, looking past that left thumb. We're opening up that torso here. Let's bring that left hand back down towards the ground. Draw a couple circles on the ground with our hips here, small ones, and then reverse direction. Good work, everybody. Let's bring that left leg back now. Find that good plank once again. And then it's a big lunge with that right foot, placing it outside that right hand. Once we check in with our back leg, make sure that's nice and straight. We can let that right hand leave the ground. We're going to reach up towards the ceiling or sky with it. Past that thumb, breathe. Warming up here this morning. All right, let's bring that right hand back down to the ground. What we're going to do is bring that right foot on back and then push ourselves up into just a quick downward dog here. Making sure we can lock those arms out, lock those shoulders out overhead. And then hopefully we're feeling maybe a little bit of a stretch in the calves and the hamstrings. And if you want to exaggerate this, you can kind of shift your weight back and forth, trying to touch those heels to the ground here. And a nice little morning calf stretch in. And breathe as we go. Good. And then once you're through with that, you guys, let's walk those hands back in towards the feet. Might have to bend the knees for this one just to end up back in that forward fold position. That's okay. Once we get there, guys, let's go ahead and squeeze the glutes. We can bring our torsos all the way back up. Good work. Shake it out for a moment. All right, you guys. So what we're going to move into next for some movement prep stuff, we're going to be doing a little bit of hamstring work. So this is something that's really good to do in the morning. especially just because everything is tight in the morning, but especially our hamstrings. So nice little dynamic warm up here. What we're going to do is start by placing that right foot out in front of us. Heel is going to rest on the ground so the toes are up. Now we're going to try and keep this front leg as straight as possible. So what we're going to do is shoot our hips back and try and scoop our hands under that right foot in front. So as we shoot our hips back, that left knee is going to bend. So let's go into it. What I'm trying to do is push my hips back and then reach and scoop something under that right foot. It's okay if you're not reaching under the foot. The foot is just the target. Nice dynamic hamstring stretch coming through here. Make sure we're keeping those toes up, keeping that right leg straight as we scoop. Making sure to breathe as we go as well. Good work, you guys. Good work. All right, last one here on this side. All right, nicely done, nicely done. Give that leg a shake. We're gonna do the same thing other side. So let's put all our weight on the right leg. Left leg is out in front now. Heel is rested on the ground. That left leg is gonna stay straight. Let's push the hips back. Bend that right leg and we'll scoop under or near that foot. Stretching out our hamstrings. Only momentarily though. We don't want to hang out in that stretch for too long. Dynamic stretches are the best to do before our workouts. Breathe through that tension, guys. All right, let's do one more here. Nicely done. All right, shake that out a little bit. We're going to come down onto the ground here on our backs, guys. Warm up the core for sure. And then we'll hop a little bit and then hop right into the cardio crush workout. So on our backs here now, what we're going to do is get that core going. Let's go ahead and raise those arms up overhead. They're not touching the ground, but they're up overhead. Next thing we're going to do is bring those legs up. We're bent at the knee here. Whole back is on the ground. Let's go ahead and get into some heel taps here, guys. So just moving from the hip, not from the knee. Knee staying bent. We're just moving those hips, getting that core nice and warmed up. Whole back staying on the ground here. We're only going to do a few more. Keep those exhales going. Nice strong exhale will help you go engage all those muscles. All right, last two here. Tap, tap, and we're done with this one. Good job, you guys. Good job. Shake that out. Let's go ahead and bring ourselves all the way back up to standing. Last little piece of our warm-up before we get into cardio crush itself. I want you guys to pretend that you're straddling a nice line here. For me, it's kind of nice and easy because I have one on the mat. Pretend you have just a nice straight line shooting out in front of you. What we're going to be doing is some sideways hopping. So to warm up for our workout, we're going to stay up on the balls of our feet and our toes and just do a little hopping side to side. So let's get into that. Just some brief hopping side to side. You don't always have to be on each side of the line. It's just a target. Breathe as we go. Only a few more. And relax. Good job. Good job, guys. Good job. All right, now we're for sure feeling all warmed up for the workout. So that being said, let me go ahead and get into what the workout actually is going to be. What we're going to need today, guys, as far as equipment goes, something like a book or a pillow. Today I'm going to be using trusty blue pad here. But go ahead and grab a pillow because what we're going to be doing, one of our movements is going to be something called the toe tap, where we're basically just going to be bouncing off the balls of our feet and tapping our toes on something short right in front of us. I highly recommend a pillow. Books could also work, but go ahead and grab that because that's going to be a part of this workout. That's the only piece of equipment we're going to need, and toe taps turned out to be our first movement. So the second movement we're going to get into is one of my favorites, and this is kind of a body weight skiing movement, the loading progression. So how we're going to do this one, guys, we're going to go ahead and plant those feet about shoulder width apart. We're going to raise those arms up in the air, come up onto those tippy toes, And then our arms are going to swing down violently. We're going to catch ourselves in a nice hinge position, kind of slightly squatted here as well. And then we'll reset. So going all the way up to the top, swinging those arms down like we're really pushing those ski poles through the snow. Landing in that kind of speedy skier position, and then coming all the way back up and restarting. Third and final movement this morning here, guys, is going to be some skipping. So if you guys aren't in a place where you can skip, go ahead and give me just a nice aggressive march with those knees coming up to hip level, hands swinging up near the face, opposites going at the same time. But if you're able to skip, what we're going to be doing is trying to kind of double tap the ground here in place, similar to a march, but staying up on the balls of our feet here, using those calves, swinging the knees up to hip level still. We're just double tapping that ground. All right, so those are going to be our 3 movements, guys. What we're going to do is 1 minute for each movement, no rest in between. So we're going to go 1 minute toe taps, 1 minute loading progression, 1 minute skipping, and then we're going to rest for 30 seconds, and that's going to constitute a 1 round. Now we're going to do 4 rounds, going to be about 14 minutes of work here, guys, and then we'll go ahead and get into a little bit of a cool down. But again, there's going to be pretty much no rest through the toe taps, loading progression, and skipping. Now, if you guys at any point feel the need to take a little bit of a rest, grab some water, please feel free to do so. All right, you guys, so I'm going to set up the clock here and then we'll go ahead and get it going. All right, you guys, so clock is there, we're ready to go. Make sure you guys got your pillow, your pad, whatever you're going to tap the toes on here this morning. All right, I'll make sure you guys got the water near you. Okay, let's go ahead and get going in this workout. All right, here we go, guys. Starting with those toe taps. 3, 2, 1. All right, guys, we're tapping those toes here. One more thing, you guys. As always with this class, we want to prioritize breathing through the nose. So if you're able to, if it's comfortable for you, let's try and breathe in through the nose for most of our breathing during this workout. It may feel weird or unnatural. Maybe you can just start by breathing in through the nose for your rest. Either way, we want to keep familiarizing our body with this concept. It'll eventually feel a little bit easier. We have 15 more seconds here, guys, and it's loading progression. Good work, everybody, good work. All right, and let's switch. So take a moment, kick the pillow out of the way. Start with those arms up, tippy toes, swing them down, catch ourselves, reset. Breathing in through the nose as much as we can here, guys. It's tippy toes. Swinging those arms down violently, catching ourselves in a position the skier would be in to be picking up some speed on the snow. Core is tight, we're hinged through the hip. The back is nice and flat. Good work, everybody. Feet aren't leaving the ground. We're just up on the tippy toes here, almost done. Skipping up next or marching. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get into it. So, time to skip. After this, we got a 30-second rest. Good job, guys. Good job. Come on, breathe in through that nose if you can. Control that breath. We got 30 more seconds. And a rest. Good job, everyone. Stay with me, 15 seconds. Three, two, one. All right, good job, everyone. We're resting now. 30-second rest. Try and get as many nose breaths in as possible. We're gonna go ahead and set up for round 2 here. Same deal. Taking little breaks when we can. All right, we already got 10 more seconds left of rest, and we're getting back into it. All right, guys, coming up here again, round 2, 3, 2, 1. We're tapping those toes. Good work, everyone. Stay on the balls of those feet. Good job, guys. Good job. We got 30 seconds. Let's keep it going. Stay on the balls of those feet. Almost done, y'all. Almost done. Three, 2, 1. All right, guys, time to transition. Loading progression up next here. Arms up, tippy toes, swing those arms. Drive those ski poles into the snow here. Nicely done, everybody, nicely done. Breathing through the nose as much as we can here, guys, even if that means just inhales going through the nose and exhales coming through the mouth. Play around with it, see what works for you. Almost done with this interval here, guys. A few more seconds. 3, 2, 1. All right, we're into our skipping and or marching. Again, double tapping the ground, staying nice and light on the balls of those feet here, guys. Core's got to stay tight. Got to stay up nice and tall, like we had a string attached to the top of our head, pulling us up to that ceiling. "30 more seconds, you guys, 30 more seconds. And it's rest. Come on, keep swinging those knees up. Almost done. 3, 2, 1. Good work, everybody. Let's take a little bit of a rest, grab some water. Breathe in through that nose as much as you can tolerate. All right, you guys, great work so far, great work. So we got 2 rounds down, we got 2 to go. Coming up on the start of round 3. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. We're back to those toe taps. Good job, you guys, good job. Over halfway through now. Good work, y'all, good work. If you need to stop, take a few breaths. Let's jump right back into it. Stay up on the balls of those feet, guys. Don't let those heels touch the ground here. Good work, you guys. Good work. Almost done here. Stay quick with those feet. 3, 2, 1. And let's switch over to our loading progression here, guys. All right, arms up on the tippy toes. Swinging them down into that fast skier position. Keep the core tight, guys, as we drop down into this position. Good work, everybody. Good work. Tippy toes. And then we bring those heels down. Good work. Keep breathing through the nose as much as you can here. Almost done. We got 15 seconds. Almost done, y'all. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. All right, guys, we're into our skips. Last thing of round 3 here. Final minute of work here in round 3. Same thing here, guys. We want to stay up on those toes, double tap the ground. Good work, everybody. Good work. We got 30 more seconds. Breathe through that nose if you can. 15 seconds, guys. Stay with me. We're almost done with round 3 here. 3, 2, 1. All right, you guys, we are resting. Second to last rest here. Good work, guys. Get those breaths in as much as you can, in through the nose. Grab some water. Got about 10 seconds left until the start of our final round here. All right, guys, we're starting toe taps here in 3, 2, 1. All right, here we go. Final round. Let's try and keep that same energy, same pace that we had in our first round. Keep tapping those toes. Good work, everybody. Good job, guys. Good job. About 20 seconds left. Let's keep that work up. Good job, guys. 10 seconds. Three, 2, 1. And we're done with the toe taps. Good work, everybody. All right, we're getting into that loading progression. Find that position quick. Swing those arms down, drop down. Good work, you guys. Don't get lazy with that arm swing. That's supposed to be all the force that's pulling us down into that fast gear position. Swing those arms. Like we're recoiling from a long jump or a jump from a high spot. I want to be able to absorb that force. Good job, everybody. Good job. We're 15 seconds away. Keep moving, guys. Keep moving. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. All right, guys, we're into skipping. This is our final minute here. And we'll rest, we'll cool down. Let's try and stay moving for this whole interval, guys. Core is tight. Breathing in through the nose as much as we can. Got a string on the top of our heads pulling us up nice and tall. Good work, you guys, good work. We're within 30 seconds. Home stretch here. I know you guys can do it. Come on, stay with me. Start our Monday off on a high note. Getting better than yesterday's version of ourselves. We're almost done. Keep those knees pumping. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Beautiful work, you guys, beautiful work. All right, take a moment. Let's stand. Try and take a couple breaths in through the nose. We're going to slowly ask our body just to slow everything down. Good work, everybody. One more big breath in through the nose. Nicely done. All right, I'm going to set the timer off here. Okay, guys, so what we want to do here for the cool down, one of the best ways to kind of really cool it down, just get into a position where we're kind of stretching some stuff and then just breathe. We're going to go ahead and ask the body, lengthen the breath a little bit here. So let's come down onto the ground, hands and knees. We'll spread those knees apart just a little bit. And then from here, we can walk those hands way out in front of us and then sink those hips back to give ourselves a nice relaxing child's pose. And once you find a comfortable position here, you can kind of rest your face, chin, or cheek on the ground or on the mat. But what we want to do is really breathe into that stomach, let it expand as much as possible. Slowly asking the body to lengthen the breath. Breathe into that pelvic area. Let the lower rib cage expand with your inhales. And then contract with the exhales. Nicely done, everybody. One more big breath in this position. Good. And after that next exhale, let's go ahead and rise a little bit, put some more weight into those hands. From here, we're going to leave the knees in the same position. We're going to do a variation now of the child's pose. We're going to go ahead and walk those hands way out to the side here. So I'm walking mine way out to the left to start. As I sink my hips back, once again, I can kind of pull my hands into a more comfortable position. However, one side is now really outstretched, and this is good. So now we can really use the rib cage, use our breath to stretch out all those muscles that run from the back of my arm all the way down to the side of my pelvis along the rib cage. Let's breathe into all those tight muscles. Expanding the rib cage as much as possible here. Good, let's do one more big breath. Good, we're gonna rise, walk those hands all the way out to the other side. We're gonna do the same thing here on the other side. Gotta make sure we're nice and even. Let's go ahead and sink those hips back. Find that nice outstretched open feeling. We're going to breathe into that area. A couple times through here, guys. You may notice one side's tighter than the other. That's okay. Well done, everybody. Well done. One more big breath. Good work, everybody. You guys can stay in that position if you'd like, or you can bring yourselves up, take your time, put some more weight into those hands. That's all the time I have left for today for Movement Prep and Cardio Crush. I hope this started everyone's Monday off on a better note than usual. Take care. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks for coming.